What's up with Woody? What's up with Woody? What's up with Woody? Hey, you guys. I'm back with another episode of What's Up with Woody. And guess what I have on? My tree skirt for my Christmas tree. My Santa glasses. I've got my elf on the shelf. And my holiday plans. And please, Santa, stop here. How are y'all doing today? I'm having a great time. Happy Thanksgiving. Look at me. I'm all decked out. I'm all Christmased out over here. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. This video probably will be posted the day after Thanksgiving, so it's Black Friday. And y'all need to be watching me on Black Friday. Do not go to Walmart for Black Friday. Do not go to any store for Black Friday. You can do it all online. That's all I gotta say about that. I did not do a podcast last week, but the last podcast I did 2 weeks ago, I told you guys we had new equipment. I have new lighting that I'm just now been using since the last week I filmed, and I thought it would be fun to show you guys the different lights of my light. One of my lights. I don't know how well it's gonna do, but I have a little handy dandy remote to change the colors, and let's see what it looks like on me with all my holiday gear. This is one of many tree skirts I own. One of many. All right, let's see here. Let's see, mode. I don't even know how to do this. I haven't done this. Oh, okay, that's that's like a lighter white light. Ooh, that's a little orange. Where's the colors? Okay, where's the colors? Oh, there's the colors. Okay, so this is rainbow. Can y'all see it? Not very well. This is red. I think it's so bright inside today that from all the sunlight that we can't see these colors very well. Green. Did you guys see the green? Oh, I was trying to do Cindy Lou Who vibes, but my hair has been falling because I've been setting up a podcast. Blue. Blue undertones. Blue undertones. What else? What other colors? They got yellow. Not so pretty of a yellow color. Purple, pink. I don't know if that's purple or pink. I'm going to have to do this on a more dark and gloomy day so we can see it better. Blue, red again. I think it's changing colors. I don't know. Oh, and back to the rainbow. Okay, so we couldn't see those very well because it's too bright in here. But I'm going to go right back to our regular programming with our regular lighting. I don't know if I can wear these the whole entire podcast, you guys. Oh, how has everybody been doing? How has everybody been doing? My elf on the shelf wants to know. He wants to know. Have you guys been happy this week? Have you guys been good little boys and girls so you can get Santa Claus gifts? So anyways, it is Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I just thought, let's really have a fun Thanksgiving podcast here. Let's get all dressed up for the whole shindig. But I won't keep this on forever either. The whole podcast either. Well, I wanted to get into the Woody update. The Woody update. So this past weekend, we changed all the flowers out of our front bed. I'll have some pictures up here. We had these beautiful zinnias in our front bed. Beautiful flowers. Braxton grew them from seed. They were doing great. But of course, our kitty was thinking otherwise. She was in there and she was thinking like, this is my little forest. There were so many butterflies. She was like trying to kill butterflies, bugs, bees, whatever. And so they could have probably lasted another month, and they didn't with our little wild kitty. I cut all the tops off because you can harvest the zinnia seeds from the tops of the blooms. I saved them. You can put them in a brown paper bag and let them dry out. And as soon as they're like dried out, just pretty much dust at this point. You can crush the bag, and all of that crushed up, dried up flowers is zinnia seeds. So I'm saving them for next season. But we completely redid all of the garden bed, and it looks so, so nice. We have a Black-Eyed Susan vine. Gorgeous. And I'll have pictures. And then we have, what is it called? Oh, 2 jasmine vines. They'll have white flowers in the spring and summer. And then we have a tropical plant, do not know. And then we have some like grassy types of plants. And tonight is like our first freeze. We've had one before, but it wasn't that bad. But tonight, it's going to get cold. And it's going to get freezing. And so I am prepared with lots and lots of sheets to cover all of our plants. So that'll be fun. I'm glad that Braxton will help me on that, because it's a big job covering all of your plants to protect them from the freeze. So we did that. We also put Christmas lights all over the front deck of our like porch deck. And Braxton wanted blue, and well, he mainly wanted blue. I'm not a blue girl. I don't want blue lights. I'm not into it. He's so about, oh, love, we gotta have blue Christmas tree, blue lights. I'm like, please no. So this year it'll be here on Friday. I'm gonna have a whole video, but an unboxing. I ordered a new Christmas tree because Braxton has to have blue lights. So I got one that has a remote control. I can change them to white lights, multicolored, all the different colors. So he can be happy. And I told him whenever he comes home, I'll turn the blue lights on the tree. And then when he's not home, I'll have my white lights because I like white lights. So he knew I wanted white lights, so he put white and blue. They looked good, but he kind of like just didn't put them on the way I would. I would have put like white on the top and blue on the bottom, or blue on the top, white on the bottom, but he kind of mixed it up. And he had fun with it. And then he added some multicolored lights the other night, and it looked really good. It looked, it looked fun. It looked just super fun. Kind of redneck. Kind of Southern style. Yeah, it was cute. He didn't like the multicolored at all. So he took those off, and we put them actually in here. And we're just having we're having holiday fun. That's all we can say. Now that I think about it, like, he likes blue lights. Well, I passed a house the other night that had these like blue ice crystals, lights. And I actually do like those. So I'm going to show him those, and we'll see if we'll go get some. He might want those. And if he does, I wouldn't mind it at all. They look really, really nice. So we might do that. If Braxton wants to do it, then we'll do it. Either way, we're just having holiday fun, and we love it. Another thing that happened the other night is it was like 7 o'clock at night, and I was in the bed just relaxing. Braxton yelled to me. He said, "Love, do we get the mailman at 7 o'clock at night?" I said, "The mailman at 7 o'clock at night?" First of all, we always have a mail problem here. Continually have a mail problem here. Either the neighbors are getting our mail, or the other neighbors are getting our mail, or we're getting their mail. And I've talked to the post office like multiple times about it. And it's always just a problem. But they came at 7 o'clock at night and brought us our mail, and I was like, what? And it included a brochure saying like something along the lines of, "You will get your packages before Christmas." So it was almost like a promotional drop off. Like, we'll be dropping your packages off even at 7 o'clock. Like, don't you worry, you're gonna get those packages before you have to wrap them up. Like, if you get your last package on Christmas Eve at 7 o'clock, you'll still have a few hours to wrap that baby up. That's what they're trying. That's what they're doing. They're promoting. That's what I told Braxton. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but that's funny. Like, I've just never had the mailman show up at 7 o'clock. Braxton thought it was wild. Another little update of what's been going on with Woody and Braxton, my husband. The other night, he said, "Oh, love, I'm so tired." And I was like, "I'm tired too." Like, we lay down, and my dad has he had this old neck massager. And it didn't have like any safety switches on it, but it heats up like as it's massaging your neck. And I loved it. So he gave it to me years ago. And I actually had not used it in a long while. And we were going through the shed this past weekend, totally going through everything, organizing, getting rid of things, and getting tons of stuff ready for a yard sale. Because this weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, we're going to have a yard sale. I'm so excited. But when we were up there, we found it, and Braxton was like, oh, you know, he put that around his neck the other night when we were laying down. And I was so tired, I was not going to be staying up even more than 3 minutes. And I thought Braxton, he was going to watch a movie. So it was just like, whatever, I'm going to pass out, and, you know, he'll turn the TV off and all that. I wake up, and our kitties live outside mainly. They're outdoor cats. But we let them come in and lay with us and have fun and enjoy time in the bed with us. We love our kitties. So our black cat was not supposed to be inside past the time we go to sleep, but she was still asleep on the bed when I woke my eyes up, and I was like, oh my gosh, let me take her out. It was probably around midnight. And so then I come back in, and I saw the massager was on the floor, on still, by the bed. And I was like, uh-oh, I guess Braxton just forgot to turn it off. Like, he must have, like, just threw it on the floor and forgot to turn it off. And so I didn't think anything of it. And I went to sleep. Next morning, wake up. Braxton's like, love, what's wrong with my neck? I said, what's wrong with your neck? What is it? I look. He has scorched. Completely burned. Scorched his neck with that massager that had no safety feature. And it's not funny, but it is funny. I cannot believe you can go to sleep with that thing on, first of all. Because it's like hitting you. You wrap it around your neck. Don't know how you can fall asleep with it on, because you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. You're getting hit hard in the neck by a kneading type of situation. And it heats up really hot. So he passed out with it on his neck. And then it fell off on its own, still on. He burnt, scorched, ruined his neck. And it was too much for me to handle at first, because I was like, oh, this is terrible. But I was like, Braxton, just clean it up. Like, put a Band-Aid on it or something. Go to work. He was going to go to work. By lunchtime, that was bubbling up. It was bubbling. He came home early, of course. He had to come clean it up. He even fell asleep for 3 hours after it. He was in pain, like horrible 3rd-degree burn type of pain. The funny thing is his boss messaged him a picture of Bubble Boy or Bubble Man from Harold and Kumar. If anybody remembers that man, he was like a mechanic or something. He was real weird. They picked him up off the side of the road, I think. I can't remember specifics, but he had bubbles all over him. And I even think in some of the scenes they were popping. And Braxton had bubbles on his neck for like 3 days, continually popping. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so sad. Couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it. It's very sad, and it's very painful, I know. And I shouldn't be laughing, but even the people at his work were like, how do you fall asleep with that on your neck? We knew you were crazy, Braxton. We knew you were a crazy person. His pain receptors are just gone. And then the other night, he's like, love, what is this under my arm? I'm like, what is it? And he said, love, this has been under my arm for days, and it's hurting bad. And I was like, what is it? And I got a flashlight, and I looked, and I'm like, oh, you have had a tick under your armpit sucking you dry. He's like, look, my pain receptors are gone. They aren't working. Why can't I feel like a tick on me? I was like, I don't know, Braxton. I just don't know. But that was funny. Something else that just was random that happened this week was Braxton specifically said, oh, you know, I get grocery pickup from Walmart. And he was like, go in and get me some Fantas, please. Did you order me some? I was like, no, I'll go in and get some. I just went in and got a little 6-pack. I think I grabbed a couple other little things. Went to the front, started checking out. Last thing I put on was the Fantas. And literally blew up all over me, you guys. All over me at the self-checkout. I was having to put them in a bag so they'd stop spewing. They were spewing everywhere, spewing all over my checkout line. Oh, it was just, it was wild. to say the least. That was just a crazy thing. Anyways, so that's kind of what's been going on with Woody. Not much, but you know, fun stuff. We're really like ramped and ready for the holiday season. Braxton's off for the next 4 days. We're gonna relax. We're gonna go to see his family and eat for Thanksgiving. And I'm glad I don't have to cook anything or do anything. I just have to get dressed and go. We're gonna watch the Thanksgiving Day parade in the morning. It's gonna be coolish and cold. We're gonna have like a freeze tonight, so it's gonna be, you know, giving us all the holiday vibes. And we're going to be decorating, you know, all weekend and having a yard sale on Black Friday weekend, Thanksgiving Day weekend. Yeah, and stay tuned for a lot more video footage of our yard sale this weekend, me putting up the Christmas tree this weekend. Just a lot of holiday fun and life fun. So stay tuned for that. Let's get into our main topic of the week, you guys. Let's get into our main topic of the week. The main topic for this week is gonna get some people's little minds rattled. People are about to be mad at me, I think. Let me take this thing off. My tree skirt needs to come off already. Okay, the topic for this week is a little on the serious side, but it is kind of funny, and maybe some people might be pissed at me for what I have to say. But it's the truth. Why is it, and I know multiple couples and people that are older, and I'm meaning older as in baby boomer older, like old people. And I love old people. I have more old people friends than anybody that's my age probably ever. And I vibe with older people way better. And my mom even thinks, she was like, love, you're a little bit like a baby boomer sometimes. And I can't help it. I just see too many people that are like 50 plus that aren't setting themselves up for sickness. Do you get my vibes here? I don't know if you guys can understand, but I'm going to make you understand. I'm just going to say, I know a few couples that are 50 to 70 years old, maybe even a little over 70, that aren't setting themselves up for sickness. And what I mean by that is they don't own a home, maybe don't even own a car or a piece of property. They're working themselves to death to just get by and eat. And I can tell you right now, I understand like the economy these days and all that, but when you're 50 plus, you've had 50 or more years to prepare yourself for old age. Just not really thought about their future, like retirement or this or that. I don't know if retirement's going to last forever. I don't think retirement, social security will last another 100 years probably, because our, you know, I'm not getting into politics or anything, but the country is messed up. And I don't know how long that'll last. But at this point, it's still going on and nobody's preparing themselves. So a lot of people have never paid into retirement, so they aren't going to get that. A lot of people do not have a home that's paid off. They're paying rent, extremely expensive rent. Or they have no property to live on. They have no car to even stay in, some of them. And I'm thinking, like my grandparents, like my granddad, he got really sick about 2 months ago. And he's getting a lot better. And, you know, they're working with him. And like my grandmother and my grandfather were smart. Like they bought a house. It's paid off. They have cars. They have everything. They have enough money to take care of themselves. And they're prepared for sickness. So it's not like, oh, you know, oh my gosh, we didn't make enough money because this person's so sick and I had to take care of them and I'm not working and they're not working. Well, my grandparents are retired, you know, they're all set. They're set for sickness. They're set for death. They're set for being able to just lay down in their bed at home or rest in their recliner for the rest of their life if they need to. Like, it'll be okay. Or if they're sick or anything like that, they can go to the hospital, they can go to a nursing home, they can have hospice or nurses come to them because they're set up for death and they're set up for success in their older ages. But I feel so bad for the people that are like, I mean, me and Braxton, I'm about to be 30. Braxton's, I think, 31 or 32. But all I can think every day is, what can we do more and more to succeed in our life? To be more and more stable in our life, to where if I got sick or Braxton got sick, I could take care of him, or he could take care of me, or we could have somebody come take care of us if somebody else had to work or something like that, and not be worried. Not be like, oh my gosh, we don't have enough money. Oh my gosh, we don't have any place to live or stay safely. We're going to get kicked out. I mean, even at this point in our lives, we're so much more prepared than people that we know that are like 50 plus. Like, it's scary because we know people that if they got sick for even 3 or 4 days, they might not even make their rent payment. And they're like 50 plus. I am just here to really promote to anyone that's young or anyone that's old. Prepare for death. Prepare for sickness. And I know that that sucks. And I know nobody wants to think about death and all that. And I'm not talking about thinking about it. Just think about stability in your life. Somehow make it to where you have some type of stability. You know somebody that's going to be able to take care of you and not affect their lives as much. You have enough money to help others to help you. You have a place to, even if you had no one to care for you, you at least have a place you could literally lay down and die if you have to, like, but you be safe, away from the weather, nobody be kicking you out, no landlord be knocking on your door, you know. Just get into that realm of life. Really, it comes down to, if you're renting, stop renting, because you're paying a ton of money to rent when you could be spending the same amount of money to buy. Buy a house, buy a property, buy an RV, buy a tiny home, buy a van to live in, whatever. And then also, of course, it's so hard to say because you really can't do it these days. But if anything, you need to try to have some type of savings. Now, if you have like a married type of situation where you know that one of you will be able to work or something, then that might be more of a crutch or a helpful type of situation. But the single people, especially older single people, need to really think about, like, if I get really sick, who's going to care for me? Where am I going to live? What's going to happen? And so if you are older and you're having to think about it now, like 50 plus, then it's just a super hard and sad situation because you've gone so many years and you could have already been preparing for this. But if you're young and you already have it in your mind, you can start preparing, and just not even preparing really. It's more like, oh, I'm just going to be successful and try to buy stuff and get my credit right, get my, get a house, get a car, get a whatever, and have it be owned by me, but by you, whatever. It's almost like you need it in your mind forever. Set yourself up for death. Set yourself up for sickness. And then also, another thing, I know I've said this on the podcast before, but if you have anything in your life at all, you better have a will, because after you're gone, all of your stuff will be held up in probate, and none of your family members will be able to get it unless they go to court and spend a lot of money to just go to court and get into that situation. So I'm a huge promoter of get a will. It doesn't matter if you're 20, and it doesn't matter if you're 70. Get a will. Your life will be better. As if you have a will, as soon as you die, your kids, family, whoever's going to be taking care of your funeral, all the things, or the people that you want your things to go to, will not have to deal with courts, lawyers, all the things, paperwork. It's just in depth. And then, of course, if you have certain stuff that you want a certain person to get, that's not going to happen. After they've gone through the whole court process, it gets split, between your siblings or your siblings and your wife. It's just really all to do with what kind of relatives you've left behind. Yeah, I'm a big, huge promoter to get a will and prepare for death. Prepare for sickness. Not even so much death. A will will cover your death. But prepare yourself for the sickness before death. The resting. Even when you're older, maybe you might not get sick. Maybe you might just die in your sleep and you're a totally healthy person or whatever. But still, when you're older, you don't want to work hard. You don't want to bust your butt at a job for minimum wage or something when you're like 70 plus years old. You want to be able to relax, rest, enjoy your last few days, be with your grandchildren, your children, be with your friends, whoever it might be, or be by yourself if you want to be by yourself, or travel, or whatever you would like to do. But you need to be thinking about that really in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. Because after you hit about 50 years old, it's down from there, y'all. It's really like a lot of people won't hire you. I mean, people will hire you. You might not make as much money. You might not be able to climb up as a manager. You might, as you get older, people just, they want the younger generation. They want millennials. They want Gen Zs. As you get older, you don't get as many opportunities as when you were younger. And if you're younger and thinking about preparing for your older ages, then you're going to be set because you can succeed in whatever you need to be succeeding in, and you can get your life together before you hit 40, 50, and then by the time you get older, you aren't going to have to worry about getting this or that or this or that or buying a house or this or that because you've already got it. You already have it all handled. I always am hitting this microphone. Don't know why, but I am. I do have, also wanted to say, I do have my handy dandy fly swatter again this week, but I am in luck. There is no flies in here today, but guess what? I'll say that and a fly will freaking hit me right in the face. So let us do the wrap up. Let's wrap this baby right on up. Okay, for the wrap up today, you guys, let's start off with a little royalty-free Christmas music. Let's get ourselves into the Christmas vibes. Because you know what? Christmas is right around the corner. Christmas is right around the corner, you guys. Y'all, I will say, my favorite part of the holiday season is my elf on the shelf. So I've had my little elf on the shelf for, I think like almost 5 years, maybe longer. I can tell he's getting a little dingy and dirty. I'm going to have to look up some videos on how to clean him. When you get him, he has his little hands like this, sewn together. And I just didn't like that. I wanted my elf on the shelf's arms to be out and about. I clipped the sewing right from his little hands, and I got his wings available to fly. And then his little hat is usually glued on, and I actually wanted his hat to stay on. But it's like the first time when I first bought it, it popped right off like the very next day. But nowadays I don't really mind because I like to have his hat on and off. And last year I did a little elf on the shelf gingerbread house with my little elf on the shelf, and it was so cute. And I call him Elfie, and Elfie loved it. Tell me a little something, Elfie. Hold on, he's whispering. Hold on. He says, "Buddy, why have we not done the Christmas countdown yet?" I'm sorry, I forgot. We're gonna do the Christmas countdown. Hold on 1 second. Let us get it. I have this handy dandy Christmas countdown, and I don't know how many days it is until Christmas, but let's find out. I'm going to look it right on up right here. How many days till Christmas? Oh, 33 days, you guys, till Christmas. So let us do it. And Elfie's like, "Thank you. Let us do the Christmas countdown." 33 days till Christmas. And look at that crap. This block right here, has no 3 on it. None. There's a 3 on this one. So I guess we're going to have to do 30. It's 33 days, but we'll say 32. We won't count today. How about that? 30. Oh, did I put... All right, I put it right for me, not for y'all. If it was for y'all, I think it would be like this. Is that right? No, it's backwards. But it's not backwards for me. 32 days till Christmas. So we'll keep a countdown on this every week. Stay tuned. And Elf on the Shelf is extremely happy that we just did that. Thank you guys for doing the Christmas countdown. I will be watching you in your sleep. And also I'm going to do some cute Elf on the Shelf videos like I do every single year. I uploaded a mostly highly requested video. Last year I posted a video that went not viral, but it's gotten over 6,000 views. And it's probably 8 minutes long. It's me and my nephew and my sister burning all of his stuffed animals. And the thing is I've gotten comments. I even got a comment this week saying, why did you guys do that? And why did he want to burn his stuffed animals? The thing is, at that time of his life, he's older now, and I know he understands that they don't do this, but he thought that they moved. He thought that they watched him in his sleep. He was freaked out. I said, Oliver, you're so scared about your stuffed animals. What do you want to do about it? And he said, let's burn them. I said, fine, let's do it. So let's just go have a burn bear in the yard, all the teddy bears, all the stuffed animals. So we went out there and did it, and I was like, let me film it. So I filmed it, posted it up there. Everybody liked it, and now it's like a thing. I get comments every week saying, when are you going to do another burn bear video or a destroying a bear or a stuffed animal? And so this week, I gave you guys what you wanted, or I gave the burn bear community, stuffed animal destroying community, what they wanted. I burnt a bear right in my backyard. And I guess I'll put the link in the description below for that video if you want to watch it. Again, if you haven't already watched it, then watch it now. But hey, some people aren't going to want to watch it. It's kind of satisfying. Highly satisfying. Highly. Look at my little twigs of hair, you guys. Falling out of my bun. I was trying to do Cindy Lou Who vibes. It didn't quite work out. Alright, I have a couple thoughts of the week, and then we will get right on out of here. I might do a few comments, though. Let me check the comment section. So, I have a little debacle. The Stanley Cup versus the Yeti Cup. I love Yeti. I'm a Yeti girl all the way. Stanley Cup, no thank you. I do not want a cup that freaking big. Stanley Cup. Why do all the girls want a cup this huge? Half of their body size. Then they want a straw on top of that. So it's like doubled with the straw. And I just feel like it's not sanitary. I don't think it is sanitary at all. To suck through a plastic straw or whatever type of straw they have with your water or whatever you're drinking out of it, because I feel like straws get gross and grimy, in there. And don't get me wrong, I love a straw in my drink. I love to get a Coke from the gas station or a Chick-fil-A drink or whatever and have my straw with my lid in my drink. But I only want to use it one time. I don't want to reuse the straw continually. Another thing is I love Yeti cups because the suction on those babies is incredible. The suction, the top suction, the cup's only about this big, gives you plenty enough water, you can always refill it, no straw, and I think Stanley Cup is more like a, East Coast girl, or no, West Coast girl type of situation, or like one of those girls that loves all white. That's a Stanley Cup girl. But for me, Yeti cups, I think they're more Southern style, Alabama girl, redneck, fishing on the river, chilling at the beach, like Yeti cup all the way. So I do want to ask you guys, what do you think, Stanley or Yeti cup? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you prefer, Stanley cup or Yeti cup for your water or drink needs? Another thing that I heard this week on one of my podcasts that I listened to, if anybody knows Trey Kennedy, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people do that are watching this. A lot of people might not. He's a comedian. He's funny. He started on Instagram doing reels and he just blew up, you know. He's so funny. And he's like a clean comic. But he said that right now, in this day and age, this time of life, he thinks that the cancel culture whole, cancel culture time or era is over. He thinks it's kind of like sizzling out, and it's just like something like old school. People don't want to deal with cancel culture anymore, and they don't want to talk about it anymore either. And he said it's really helping all comics or comedians, whatever, because the cancel culture era is over. So I would love it if you guys commented below if you believe that the cancel culture is over. And now that he said that, I really think I agree with him. So let me know what you think below. Last thing I wanted to say is on YouTube, there's a lot of couple accounts. And I know everybody knows, if you're watching YouTube, I'm sure you've seen them. And it seems strange to me because all of these little couple accounts, they all are friends. Like, they all meet up and, like, they're all friends. They do kind of the same videos. Like, they kind of all copy each other. They all love Stanley cups and white walls. So that's that kind of vibe that's going with these couples. And I love watching them. I do watch them. The other day on one of the couple's accounts podcast episodes, they said that they think they get more hate comments or critiquing of the way they parent or the way they are in a relationship, or if they love each other or hate each other, they get more comments about just like nasty, mean comments. And then the people that are more like a single account, like, of course, me and Braxton, like, this is not me and his channel. This is my channel. And I decide to put Braxton on here and there for funny videos and stuff. Or, you know, like a few weeks ago I did the do-it-yourself fence video that he did and he built in the backyard. And so I choose to put my husband on there, or he chooses like, oh yeah, you can put me in a vlog or you can put me in a video here or there. But it is not a couple's pet, like, we are not any type of couple YouTube account. This is What's Up with Waddy. This is Love's Life. Literally, this is my channel. I decide what goes on my channel. And I will say everybody gets hate comments, y'all. It's just the way of the world because people just want to send out hate comments. I don't know why. But I definitely agree with them how couple accounts get harassed way more than single person accounts. Not meaning single as in not dating or married. I am married. But I'm meaning single as in just, you know, the person is just, this is their account. This is their channel. Even if they have a couple or not, or even if they have a marriage or boyfriend or not, that's not like the vibe of the whole, you know, show here. The vibe is What's Up with Waddy, Love's Life, literally. What's going on in my life, funny things I do, this and that. And I don't think I'm a comedian. I just am a fun, loving, living life type of girl. Of course I do a lot of comedy on the side. I'm always laughing and always having fun and joking. Mainly I just love to do lifestyle stuff with y'all. I love to do mukbangs with y'all, like eating with you guys. I love all that type of stuff. And one little update is, I talked about this last podcast. I want a keyboard so I can do piano on here for y'all. And I have been getting really, really good at it. So stay tuned for that. I asked Braxton for Christmas for a keyboard. I don't know. I might get it before then, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I was going to do some comments this week, but I don't really have super many comments. Let me see. Let me just check. Let me see. So, okay, here's a comment on the Burning Bear video that I just did. Of course, these are people that continually ask for a Burn Bear video. But they said, nice video, but it was supposed to be a giant stuffed animal, and I didn't want it burned, I want it shredded. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, okay, next time I'll do that. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to give people what they request. So now they want me to get a huge plushy stuffed animal, bear or something, and not burn it, but destroy it. So I guess cut it up, play with the stuffing. Maybe I'll have a whole stuffing thing go all over my head, like all the stuffing fall onto my head. We'll see how that goes. Another comment on just some of my shorts this week. You know, somebody said, slay girly. I was like, thanks. They're like, you're so pretty. I was like, thanks. Those are really sweet comments. I got one comment that I had no clue what it meant. It was on, I actually reposted that burning, a little snippet from that burning that we did with Oliver's stuffed animals about a year ago or so. And they said, furry get of YT shorts. So I'm thinking he's saying, well, it says furry and it says get, oh, furry get, maybe he was meaning off. O-F, maybe he wanted to add an F. Furry get off, and the YT is YouTube shorts. So he said, furry get off YouTube shorts. So if anybody can decipher what that means, I just don't know. But yes, that's some of the comments from this week. Oh, and then the plant. Here we go. Somebody commented, the plant that I was talking about that was tropical, that was in our garden bed, that I can't remember the name. Somebody said the name on here and they said it was formerly Philodendron, now has been reclassified to its own genus, Thamotophilium. Don't know how to say it. It is Thaumatophylum. Whoa, that was a mouthful. All right. So that's the comments of the week, you guys. I hope you have a great holiday season. I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. I have a lot of people watching and not a lot of people subscribing. So if you're watching this, please subscribe. We love subscribers, and we also really, really, really want you guys to comment more, request more, anything you guys want to request. Hit it up in the comment section below. We will do it. We will figure out how to do it. We will have fun doing it. And Goldie should be back for the next episode, so stay tuned for that. She is coming December 1st, which is in a week. I hope that I can get her on. I hope she'll be on the next one, so we'll see how that goes. And I just love you guys. Thank you for watching. And happy Thanksgiving. Go eat all the turkey you possibly can. I show up, I show out, and then I get out. So, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. Don't go shopping on Black Friday. If you're going to do it online. And also another thing about Black Friday, you don't have to go do any Black Friday shopping because Black Friday is now 2 months. They do it all month of November and they do it all month of December practically. You can get your deals anytime. And then also Amazon always has deals. So, and also don't feel, you guys really don't feel like you have to buy tons of stuff for people on Christmas. This day is supposedly a day that we're supposed to be celebrating Jesus, not celebrating presents. So keep that in mind. Another thing is just have a good time and don't blow your wad on gifts. Keep your money. Keep your money. You might want to buy yourself a gift. But y'all have a great time. We're going to end it up here. I'm going to play our music. Let's see here. Bye, you guys. Have a great holiday. Have a great Thanksgiving. Christmas is right around the corner. 32 days. Actually 33, but we didn't have another 3. Bye, you guys. Have a great week. Have a great holiday. Bye, bye, bye. See ya next week.